unveiling treasures from history, where every coin tells a story. This is Rare Coins.
A simple 5-cent coin that survived World War II, and today, the right variation can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. This is the story of the 1947 Jefferson Nickel. Right finger support our effort. Subscribe, like, and share so that we can bring you more videos like this. The 1947 Jefferson Nickel looks ordinary at first glance, but the history behind it begins right after the end of World War II. During the war, the U.S. Mint switched nickel composition to a silver alloy because nickel metal was needed for military purposes. But in 1946, the original copper-nickel recipe returned, and by 1947 the mint was in full normal production again. That makes the 1947 nickel part of the first true, post-war, issues of American coinage. In 1947, nickels were produced in only two places: Philadelphia, which did not use a mint mark, and Denver, which stamped a small D on the reverse. San Francisco stopped making nickels in 1946, so no 1947s exists. Most people never look twice at these old coins, but collectors know that certain details can turn a common nickel into a valuable treasure. The regular 1947 from Philadelphia is the most common. In worn condition, it usually has little extra value, but in higher mint state grades, especially with strong steps on Monticello, its value increases dramatically. The 1947 D from Denver tends to be scarcer in high grade, which makes its mint state prices and error varieties more attractive to collectors. What really makes 1947 nickels exciting are the errors and varieties. One of the most desirable features is the full steps strike. On the reverse, the building Monticello has a set of stairs. If all the steps are fully separated and sharply struck, the coin earns a full steps designation. These full steps coins are rare because the dies in the 1940s often produced soft or blurred details. A 1947 nickel with full steps can easily bring hundreds of dollars, while a 1947 D with full steps can reach over $1,000 in high grade. Repunched mint marks are another popular variety, especially on the Denver issue. Some 1947 D nickels show a doubled or shifted D mint mark, a clear sign that the mint mark was punched more than once. These RPM coins can range from $20 to over $200 depending on clarity and condition. Other valuable errors include die cracks, which appear as raised lines across Monticello or Jefferson's bust, and off-center strikes that show part of the design missing. Off-center errors from this year can sell for $20 up to more than $150 if the date remains visible. To understand value, it helps to know how grading works. In low, heavily worn grades, the coin is usually only worth face value. When it reaches fine or very fine condition, it might be worth 20 to 50 cents. In extra fine or almost uncirculated condition, the value rises into the $1 or $2 range. But mint state coins, those with no wear at all, are where prices climb fast. A 1947 or 1947 D in MS65 or higher can jump from $30 into the hundreds. The highest prices ever paid for these coins came from exceptional full steps examples. A stunning 1947 with full steps has sold for around $5,000 at auction. Even more impressive, a superb 1947 D with full steps has gone for more than $7,000. These are rare finds, of course, but they prove just how valuable a seemingly simple nickel can become when the strike is perfect and the surfaces are pristine. Collectors love the 1947 Jefferson Nickel because it represents the return to peacetime coinage, and because the Denver Mint coins in particular can show dramatic mint mark varieties. If you have one at home, look closely at the mint mark, examine the steps on Monticello, and check for unusual strikes or cracks. What looks like a regular pocket coin could turn out to be something much more valuable. Right finger support our effort. Subscribe, like, and share so that we can bring you more videos like this. A simple coin from the late 1940s, But with the right strike and the right variety, the 1948 Jefferson nickel can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. This is the fascinating story of the 1948 nickel. Right finger support our effort. Subscribe, like, and share so that we can bring you more videos like this. The 1948 Jefferson nickel marks an important moment in U.S. coin history. Just a few years after World War II, America was rebuilding, technology was advancing, and the U.S. Mint was returning to full normal production. The wartime silver nickels had ended in 1945, and by 1948 the classic copper-nickel composition was fully back in action. That makes the 1948 nickel one of the first strong post-war issues, and collectors love it for exactly that reason. The 1948 nickel was minted in two locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Philadelphia coins have no mint mark, while Denver coins carry a small D to the right of Monticello on the reverse. No San Francisco coins were made this year, adding a nice simplicity to the series. Even though millions were minted, finding a high-grade coin with crisp details, especially on the steps of Monticello, is much harder than people think. Collectors pay special attention to the full steps designation. On the reverse, Monticello has horizontal steps that are often weak, blurry, or partially missing. But when all the steps are sharp, clean, and unbroken, the coin earns the full steps label. These coins are extremely rare for 1948, and they bring big prices. A normal 1948 nickel might bring a few dollars in high grade, but a 1948 full steps can sell for hundreds. And a 1948 D with strong full steps can reach well over $1,000. What makes these full steps coins so valuable is the difficulty of finding perfectly struck examples from the late 1940s. The dies wore down quickly, the metal flow wasn't always ideal, and quality control wasn't as tight as today. Most coins never had full steps from the moment they left the press. That means the few that do survive are considered elite condition rarities. Beyond strike quality, the 1948 nickel is known for several collectible errors. One of the most popular is the repunched mint mark, also called the RPM. On 1948 D coins, the mint mark was punched into the die by hand, which sometimes left a doubled or slightly shifted D. These RPM varieties can sell from $20 to over $150 depending on clarity and grade. Another interesting error is the die crack, where a small fracture in the die creates a raised line on the coin. Some 1948 nickels show cracks through Jefferson's portrait, across Monticello, or along the rim. While die cracks are usually minor errors, dramatic ones can bring $20 to $50 or more. Off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing, are also found for this year. If the date is still visible and the strike is far off-center, these coins can easily reach $75 to $200. When it comes to grading, condition is absolutely everything. A worn 1948 nickel with heavy circulation is typically worth only a few cents. But as the grade improves to extra fine or almost uncirculated, the value climbs to around $1 to $3. The real money comes in the mint state grades, where a well-preserved coin with clean surfaces and strong luster can reach $20, $40, or even over $100. Then there are the auction records. A top-graded 1948 nickel with full steps has sold for around $4,000. Even more impressive, certain 1948 D full steps coins have crossed the $6,000 mark when the surfaces are flawless and the steps are perfectly separated. These coins are rare, cherished, and considered investment-level pieces by advanced collectors. The 1948 Jefferson nickel is a beautiful blend of American history, post-war recovery, and mid-century mint craftsmanship. Whether you find one in a collection, a family box, or loose change, it's worth examining closely. Look at the mint mark, check the steps, search for doubling, and always pay attention to condition. What appears to be an ordinary nickel could actually be a hidden treasure worth far more than 5 cents. Right finger support our effort. Subscribe, like, and share so that we can bring you more videos like this.